Rich Rebel women's basketball is back on the hardwood for the 2021 season. Coming off a second-place finish last season, the girls know what it takes to reach the big stage. With the talent, experience, and some of that Rich County pride, they are ready to bring another championship back home. Get in on all the Rebel basketball this season alongside the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson, right here on My Local Radio. This Rebel broadcast could not be possible without these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. Rebel fans, find your comfy seat, pull your lucky socks up, and enjoy another edition of Rich Rebel Basketball right now as we bring you down to the court.
Good afternoon, Rebel fans, and welcome to Providence Hall High School for today's matchup between the Rich Rebels and the Providence Hall Patriots. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy you're making Rebel basketball part of a lovely Saturday here in Utah. We've got a lot to go over here in our pregame show. We're going to have our scene set, our standout student, the coach's show, and a lot more going on after that. We're just getting things started here between the Rebels and the Patriots here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM KADQ Evanston and video coverage on mylocalradio.com. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break, and then when we return, it's time for the scene set going on, so don't go anywhere. More great things coming your way right here between Rich and Providence Hall.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
We got the JV matchup currently underway right now between Rich and Providence Hall, with the Road Rebels taking it to the home Patriots 35-18 as we are in period number 3 here. Should that be quarter number 4? I think it's supposed to be quarter number 4. Okay, so doing some eye tests on me. Let's get into our scene set now. Let's set the scene for these two teams right now. First, we'll start with the home Providence Hall Patriots. They come in with a 4-13 overall record. They're going to look to try and snap a current 10-game losing streak they are in. But all four of their wins have come right here at Providence Hall High. So at home, they are 4-8. Nothing to write home about necessarily, but it's worth noting when they've won, it's been right here. Now, another big important thing about Providence Hall is they are in 3A. That's right, so a little bit of a step up for the Rebels, but that is not going to faze them whatsoever. This is a Rich Rebel basketball team, and Rich Rebel athletics in general do not shy away from climbing up the ladder a little bit and taking it to Goliath. All right, how about the Rich Rebels? They come in with a 6-7 overall record. Last night they took down the rivals Tabiona 50-23 in front of their home crowd on senior night. A fantastic win, start to finish for Rich. Really took it to the Tigers. RPI-wise, Rich has moved up to 8 right now. That's 8 out of 16. They are right behind Tabiona at 7. I don't know how much a win at Providence Hall, if that were to happen, would improve their RPI stock, but every win matters at this point, so the Rebels trying to claw their way back up the RPI ladder. Speaking of 6-7 overall, the Rebels are looking to get back to 500 for the first time since that Bridger Valley tournament. You go all the way back to December 12th when Rich beat Mountain View. That was a great game. You remember that one? It went to overtime. Fantastic game for the Rebels. So, Rebels trying to get 500 for the first time since then. And that is our scene set. Rebels leading by 15 JV-wise with a little over 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to step aside for a quick break. When we return, we'll transition into the standout student portion of the pregame show. Got a great standout student interview for you, as always, with one of the everlasting and fantastic students at Rich High. So we'll have that on the other side of this.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
I'm now with the standout student from Rich High. It is senior Sam Wahlberg. Sam, it's great talking to you today. I want to start by asking, how's your senior year going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. We haven't been shut down yet, so.
That's the half glass full way of looking at things. I love it. So, Sam, senior year, tell me about what you're involved in at Rich High and what you like to keep yourself busy with.
So I do golf, and like right now I'm in wood shop and welding and more hands-on classes.
Oh, that's really neat. So I love golf, and I've got to ask, what's it like playing at such a high elevation? I've got to imagine you love that drive, just going an extra 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, it's not bad, especially when I can't get very far of a drive anyway, so.
Now, Sam, when it comes to golf there, what's it like kind of battling through the snow which leaks into the spring?
It's kind of interesting. Like when we first start practicing, there's still snow on the course, so when we start practicing, we either have to practice in the gym or kind of hope that the fields or the green's clear enough that we can, and if not, it gets pushed back.
Sam, have you played golf around the country in other spots before?
Nope, just here.
Just here. So I'm curious if, what it would be like for you to play somewhere where maybe you're not putting and hitting on such snowy fairways in spring and a little more drier surface. You get some extra bounces.
Yeah, it might be a little better, but...
All right, Sam, let's switch gears a little bit and let's talk about what you like to do outside of Rich High. I know you play in the golf team, but what are some of your favorite clubs or some of your favorite activities and things like that when you're not in school?
I love to hunt and fish and pretty much just do things with my family outside.
Oh, that's really neat. Okay, so how long have you been a hunter and fisher for?
Well, fishing, I've done it pretty much my whole life. Like, as soon as I could hold a pole, I was out there fishing, even if it was just with the little rubber fish on the end. And then hunting, I've always gone out with my dad when he went, and then when I turned 12, I could actually finally hunt, and ever since then.
Are you a big ice fisher?
Yeah, when the lake freezes over, which hasn't happened for a little while, but...
Now, Sam, you are in your senior year at Rich High. Have you thought about what you want to do once you graduated? Anything you got your eye on?
I want to be a pilot, so I'm planning on going to USU and doing their pilot school.
That's awesome. Good for you. What made you want to do that?
I've just always had a fascination with planes. Like, ever since I was a kid, we'd watch Top Gun as a family, and I know every plane off the top of my head, and just loved watching, especially the F-14s. Just loved watching them fly and swoop around.
Good for you. So what kind of pilot? Do you want to be a commercial pilot or Air Force pilot?
So eventually I want to be a aerial firefighter, like the guys that drop the water over the fires.
Oh,
but in
cool.
order to do that, I have to go through and be a commercial pilot for like 10 or 20 years.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's a really unique and neat career path to follow. So best of luck, Sam. Sam, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time.
Yeah, no problem.
That is Rich High senior Sam Wahlberg, our standout student.
We've got a little under 3 minutes remaining in the JV contest, with the Rebels leading by 11 now, 35-24. And Rich trying to hold on to this lead. All right, other things going on in our pregame coverage. We are going to have our coaches show provided to you by Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Cornea at Town and Country Realty, 435-779-0012. For all of you guys watching our video stream right now, I'll address the elephant in the room. I'm not sure why sometimes the video pauses. Usually just a simple unplug and replug fixes it, but I'm going to do everything I can to eliminate this problem going forward, whether that's replacing a cord or something like that. We're going to get the problem addressed, no doubt about it, and hopefully this is the last game we have some of these issues. Ironically enough, it tends to happen only on the road, not at home. So I don't know if my camera just gets homesick or what the dealio is, but every now and then it freezes. But I promise you, I notice just as quickly as you do, or hopefully, or I'm made aware of it, and I try to get that problem resolved as soon as possible. All right, folks, 2.5 minutes to go in the JV game. Rebels up 11. We'll step aside for that last another quick break, and then we're going to hear from Rich High girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren on the Coaches Show right after this.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Now with Rich High girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren. Coach, let's start this interview off by talking about the big win you guys had yesterday. Are you more proud of your offense or defense in a dominating fashion win like that?
You know, I thought in all aspects of the game we came out very focused yesterday, and we executed the game plan that we had, and the girls were very disciplined, and they shared the ball very well yesterday and got some good looks.
Coach, pretty much every single player on the team had a lot of minutes played. How good did that feel for the team and the win in the locker room afterwards?
You know, the girls were, they were very focused out there, and it was fun to see them having fun playing the game that they love so much. And, it's always fun on senior night and a lot of emotions running when you've been coaching a lot of those girls for a long time and just seeing them have fun out there.
Coach, before we start looking ahead, you guys swept the Tabiona Tigers. That's a big rival of Rich. How good does that feel for the team?
It's always a good win to win Tabiona. You know, they're coached very well, they're disciplined very well, and you know they do the right thing. So it always feels good to get a win with them.
Coach Lundgren, as you guys prepare for your matchup against the Providence Hall Patriots, what do you know about the team?
You know, they're going to try to press us in the full court. They're very fast, very athletic. They do a lot of good things, so it's going to be a fun matchup today.
Coach, it's a 1A school going up against a 3A school. Does that intimidate or not, I don't want to say bother, but get to the girls a little bit, or it's just another team for them?
You know, with us, we try to play a lot of our out of region games like that to get us ready for state. So we're used to playing those bigger schools, and we look forward to it. And you know, we look forward to the competition.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. I'm excited for the matchup.
Thank you. You too.
That is Rich High girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren.
Big thanks to Coach Lundgren, as always, for giving me some of his time. We've got 56 seconds to go in the JV matchup for the girls, with Ambria Lutz just sinking some free throws to push the lead out to 37-26. And Rebels offense just killing some clock right now. Once this game wraps up, I'm going to suspect we have about a 10-minute, 12-minute warm-up period for the varsity matchup, and then that'll get underway at the tip-off probably a little bit after 2:30, so pretty close to the scheduled time. Here's what else is going on in our pregame coverage, though. Lots of good action coming your way. We're going to have the Laketown Ledger, Town of Laketown, provided to you by that, and our Old Chicago Pizza and Logan pregame slice, the Lutz Construction starting lineups, and our keys of the game. So a lot of great coverage coming your way, which will get you all ready for this matchup between Rich and Providence Hall.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
And the JV game just wrapped up with the Rebels coming out victorious 37-28 over the home Patriots. A low-scoring affair, a good defensive matchup. Let's get to the other side of our pregame coverage here the second half of the show, and we'll get things started with the Laketown Ledger. Let's open up the history textbook between the Rebels and the Patriots. Not much of a textbook, more like a pamphlet. Rebels lead the Young Series 3-0 as our camera has just gone out. We'll get that situated for you guys. If you're listening on the radio, you can just ignore that, all this camera talk. And if you're watching online, we're going to have the best technician on the scene, which unfortunately is myself, try to fix it. So, talking about the Laketown Ledger, Rebels lead the Young Series 3-0. Not a lot of history between these two schools. More of a recent rivalry, more of a recent series and matchup coming on. Now, when it comes to what they did the last time they met up, the Rebels handled the Patriots with ease. They won 50-25 last season. So, a lot of familiar faces between these two teams and a lot of success for Rich when they go up against the Providence Hall Patriots. That's our Laketown Ledger. Brought to you by the town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. Mayor Burdett Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Delora White, and Eldon Robinson. All right, we have 12 minutes and counting to go until tip-off between Rich and Providence Hall. So let's take another quick commercial break. We'll come back, we'll do our keys of the game, and we'll get into some more stuff. Rebels, Patriots, coming up in a little under 12 minutes.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
All right, so they fast-forwarded the timeline here. 6 minutes to go until tip-off between the Rebels and the Patriots. Let's get into our keys of the game. First key for the Rebel, let's spread the offense around, especially for a team that's played, now it's 2 games, so I think the monkey is pretty much behind them now of not playing for close to 3 weeks, about 2.5. But I think it's important for the Rebels to spread the offense around and get some more playmakers involved. So far, we've seen McKenna Stacy average over 10 points per game for most of the season. Second on the list is junior Taylor McKee, but I think it's really important for the Rebels to get a third party in the mix, because when it comes to tournament basketball, I think tournament basketball, no matter at every level, is all about overcoming unpredictability and adversity. So for the Rebels, if they get into foul trouble or anything like that, or anything in that nature of someone not being able to play in a year like this, it's important to be able to have someone come off the bench or someone step up. So that is our first key of the game. Second one, rebounding. You talk to Coach Lundgren for 10, 15 seconds, and I think he'll say the word rebounding in that time frame. It's a really important aspect of the game to him, and it makes a lot of sense. Rebels getting plenty of second looks on the offensive glass, trying to limit that defensively for the opponent. So rebounding is the second key of the game. And the third one, how about a little 1A pride? You got a 1A school playing at a 3A school. Show them that the big dogs sometimes can get bit by the little ones too. A little 1A Rich County pride. And those are our 3 keys of the game. We've got under 4.5 minutes to go until tip-off between Rich and Providence Hall. So let's get into our Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. So as for the Rebels, they're going to play in their road blue uniforms with white numbers on the front and back and Rebels across their chest in black. As for the home Patriots, they are in their home white uniform, white tops, white bottoms, with Patriots across their chest in red and red outline numbers on the front and back. Providence Hall located kind of by South Jordan, Salt Lake, south of South Jordan, kind of that bottom left corner, if you will, of Salt Lake City. So as for the crowd here, I think it's a little bit sparse, I'll be honest. We're not seeing too many Patriots faithful here, and a handful of Rebel fans making the trip from Rich County. I'm going to guess it's probably like a 2-hour drive from Rich County, 2 hours and change. So somewhere in that neighborhood. So good to see some fans making the trip down. I know that they limited seating here, and I think that's going to play a major factor in not a ton of fans here. But that is our Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room pregame slice. Pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious ingredient at a time. 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. And as someone that knows a thing or two about Chicago pizza, they've got some good pizza over there in Logan. All right, we got under 3 minutes to go until tip-off. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back. We'll have our Lutz Construction starting lineups for both sides, and then We're ready for tip-off between the Rich Rebels and the Providence Hall Patriots.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
All right, everyone, let's check out our Lutz Construction starting lineups for this one. Lutz Construction starting lineups. Excavation and landscaping, We Dig Bear Lake. Give them a call at 435-946-8678. BearLake.com/Lutz. So I just got the Providence Hall starters, honestly, a handful of minutes ago, so unable to stick them in the graphic I like to do for the starting lineups, but I'll give them to you after I give the Rich Rebels starting lineup. So the Rebels are going to go out with their usual 5 with McKenna Stacy, Sage Tingy, Taylor McKee, JC Cornea, and Taylor Cornea. Now, as for the home Providence Hall Patriots, they're going to throw out Katie Anna Peterson, Kinley Peterson, Casey Tui, Jillian Hamilton, and Kanako Tanashi. Those are the starting 5 for both sides. Rebels entering with a 6-7 overall record. They're coached by Cody Lundgren. And as for the Providence Hall Patriots, they enter with a 4-13 overall record. They are 0-8 in their region play. Rebels 2-0 in their region play. Looks like we're getting closer to tip-off between Rich and Providence Hall. Let's see if we have a national anthem being played before we get going. If not, we'll get right into the action here. Rebels looking to make it 2 in a row, take 2 out of the 3 this weekend. And it looks like we're going to have a national anthem, so we'll step aside for that. We'll take a quick, the last commercial break, and then afterwards, we're going to have tip-off between Rich and Providence Hall right here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM K80Q and video coverage on mylocalradio.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Great presentation of our nation's anthem, and we are ready to go, it looks like, for the Rebels and the Patriots. First, the starting lineups and a very enthusiastic MC in the house. Rebels starting lineup, like I mentioned before, number 1, McKenna Stacy, a senior. Fellow senior Sage Tingy joins Stacy. Junior Taylor McKee, the only junior in the starting lineup. Here is number 20, Taylor Cornea. And finally, at center, J.C. Cornea. And here we go for the home team starting lineups, the Providence Hall Patriots.
Number 10,
Jaylee Berthard, a senior. She's only one of 4 seniors on the team. Here's Katie-Anna Peterson, another senior. And we're going to junior number 32, Cassie Toohey, gets a starting role today.
Number 15, Zoe Huntley.
And number 15, okay, so a change has happened in the last couple of minutes. Junior Zoe Huntley starting. And finally, it's Jillian Hamilton, another junior. So that's the starting 5 for both sides. Rebels coming in with a 6-7 overall record. Patriots 4-13. They're coached by Savannah Border, while the Rebels are led by head coach Cody Lundgren. Rich will go from left to right in their road blue uniforms, while the Patriots will go from right to left in their home white uniforms. And we are ready to get going. 5 minutes after post time, and it is basketball time in Salt Lake area between Rich and Providence Hall. Sage Tingy will do the tip for the Rebels, and she's opposed by Jillian Hamilton. Providence Hall, you can tell right off the bat, a lot of height. I don't think that's something that's going to worry the Rebels at all. And I think we're ready to go after a fashion issue or some sorts, maybe? Okay. A little bit of a wardrobe change, no problem. We're ready to go now, it looks like. All right, and we are underway. Tip-off is won by the Patriots. It's brought up by Huntley. She gets across half court, looks across to Casey Toohey. Back to Huntley at the point, down low to Hamilton. She coughs up the ball, loose ball, whistle blows. And are they going to call a foul on Rich? It looks like it. There was a loose ball scramble at the block, and the Rebels are assessed with a foul. It's their first team foul, and the first for Sage Tingy. Patriots to inbound it, scoreless, 10 seconds in. They go down low to Hamilton. Her shot's no good off the window. Ball gets out of play, and we're going to keep it with the Rebels now. So Rich will get their first look on offense with Sage Tingy inbounding it beneath her own basket. She goes to Stacy. Dribbling across the timeline, McKenna Stacy, greeted at the top of the key, goes to her right. Now she passes to J.C. Corner the elbow, down low to Taylor Corner, kicks it out to McKee on the wing. She dribbles in. Layup is good from Taylor McKee. Good pump fake by McKee and dribbled her way right towards the basket. It's 2-0 Rebels on the station on main scoreboard. A turnover the other side for the Patriots. Rebels pushing up the court with Stacy. Her layup's off the glass. Oh, a charge. Shot was good, but they call Stacy with the charge, and that is a foul on Rich. That's their second, Stacy's first. So take the basket away. Rebels still up 2-0 with 7:17 to go in the opening quarter. First quarter is always brought to you by T7 Propane. Patriots getting the ball across half court. They've got it up top right now, and Huntley pushing it down low to Hamilton. Back out to Huntley for 3. No good. Rebound, Stacy. Rebels passing up court to McKee on the near wing. She looks across court past to Sage Tingy, who was at the block when she went up with it. Contact made, foul called. And I think we're going to have free throws coming up for the senior Sage. With 6:59 to go in the opening frame, Rebels with an opportunity to add on to their slim and early 2-0 lead. With some Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up. As Sage Tingy knocks down the first one. the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Call Gary and Amber McKee today, 435-946-8888, or visit bearlakerealty.com. Tingey splits the free throws, Rebels leading 3-0. On the far side, it's Casey Tui passing it along around the horn, going down low to Hamilton. She puts a shot up from 3 feet out, no good. Rebounded by Cornea. Dishes it out to Stacy, dribbling into the paint, right side layup, it's good! And a timeout called by the Patriots. With the Rebels leading 5-0 on the station on main scoreboard, Coach Border calls time with 6.5 to go in the T7 Propane first quarter.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
So the Rebels are leading 5-0 against the home Patriots on the station on main scoreboard. We've seen McKenna, Stacy, and we've seen 3 different scorers. Stacy, Tingey, and McKee all getting in the mix, and I guess they heard my pregame show. I don't know. I said the first key of the game was to try and spread the scoring around, and that's what we've seen so far from the Rich Rebels. Patriots call time after that final basket from Stacy, and a beautiful one too. Just in transition, putting on the burners, going down the right side of the paint, off the glass, knocked it home. And it's 5-0 Rich with 6:35 to go in the T7 Propane first quarter. Patriots to inbound the ball. They go to Tui. Tui passing before she gets across half court. It was a backwards pass, and now the Patriots are scrambling to get across half court. They do via Tui, but her pass was nearly taken away from Tingey. She knocked it out of play. Good instincts by Sage, but the basketball will stay with the Patriots. 6:24 to go in the first quarter. Patriots inbound it to Berthard. Berthard passes it out, and a three-pointer good by Tui from way out. 5-3, and the Patriots are on the scoreboard. Tingey has it at the top of the arc for the Rebels. She flips it over to Stacy. She pump fakes the 3, drives in, pulls up from the elbow. Shot's no good. Offensive board by J.C. Cornea. And the Rebels will restart their offense with Taylor Cornea driving in, going to the free throw line, kicking it out to Stacy beyond the arc. Stacy picks up a screen, pick and roll, goes to Tingey down low. Tingey runs into traffic, whistle blows, and a travel on Tingey. Patriots taking over, substitutions being made. Hamilton and Huntley will check out for Providence Hall, with Olivia Corner coming in along with Kanako Tanashia. Patriots spreading the ball along the perimeter. Huntley, she launches a 3 off the rim. Rebound, Stacy goes to the ground but maintained possession by dribbling it. No travel. She passes to Tingey wide open on the block. Good pass, great finish. Stacy goes to Tingey, and it's now 7-3 Rich. Patriots charged with over and back. They have struggled getting the ball across half court early here in the first quarter. I think it's a little bit of pressure from Rich and poor decision making, picking up their dribble before half court and then not having an outlet to go to. So over and back called for Providence Hall, and the Rebels will inbound it at midcourt. McKee inbounds to Stacy. Little over 5 to play in the T7 Propane first quarter. Stacy on the near wing, driving along the baseline, kicks it out to Tingey on the wing. She drives in from 6 feet out, no good. Stacy gets the miss, her shot's no good. Loose ball, dribbles all the way out to the top of the arc. McKee retrieves it. She passes to Tingey on the near wing. Tingey and the Rebels slowing things down. It's with McKee between the three-point line and the center court logo. Cornea handing it off to McKee on the far wing. She makes her way along the baseline. Goes out to Stacy on the near wing. Stacy dribbling up the arc, goes to the elbow, now at the free throw line, lost it, picked up by Cornea, who gives it back to Stacy. Stacy passing to McKee on the near wing, using a screen. Now McKee trying to dribble towards the basket. Goes to Tingy, whose shot is no good. Tingy raised up between the baseline and the elbow. Patriots working on offense at the top of the arc. Looking down low was Amy Hopkins, and finishing the shot off in the pass from Hopkins is Huntley. And it's now 7-5. Rebels leading by 2. Tingy down low had her shot denied. A block by Providence. And it's going to be an inbound play coming up for the Rebels. A Crawford-Trough inbound play goes to Tingy. Now it's with Stacy in the corner. Pump fakes, pulls up mid-range. Short. Cornea gets the miss. Her chance is no good. And ultimately, Corner comes up with the ball for the Patriots. Providence Hall getting out to Berthard. Berthard passing it up to Tanahashi. At the top of the key, Peterson pulling up, travel. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Rebels leading 7-5 with the basketball. Stacy inbounding it to McKee, who gives it right back to McKenna. Stacy taking all her time, dribbling across half court. She does now. Goes to Cornea immediately, then inside to Tingy, kicks it out to Stacy for a wing 3. Off the rim, no good. Whistle blows, and a foul on the rebound by Rich. That's going to be the team's 3rd of the first half, and I think it might be on J.C. Cornea. If it is, that's her first. Let's see who they give it to. Indeed, it is on Cornea. Her first, team's 3rd. 3:14 to go in the opening quarter. Rebels leading by 2 on the road. Dribbling across half court is Tui. Tui has the ball stolen away. Here's Stacy pulling up from the block. Knocks it home. Good steal and bucket from McKenna. It's now 9-5 Rebels. On the near wing, dribbling in is Hopkins. Hopkins loses it. Another steal by Stacy. She's alone on a breakaway. Layup's good. Defense into offense for number 1. 11-5 Rebels. Little over 2.5 to play in the opening quarter. Hopkins has it on the near wing. She looks up top right now to Peterson. On the far wing, Huntley putting up a floater. No good. Rebound, Cornea. She hauls it in and dishes it out to Stacy. Stacy dribbling across the timeline. Making her way inside the paint. Wants to get out to McKee. Whistle blew. And it looks like there'll be a foul as Stacy went down as she was making the pass to an open McKee on the near side. Indeed it is. That's going to be foul number 2 for the Patriots this half. Substitutions being made. Brittany Lamborn and Mackenzie Smith checking in for both the Cornea girls. 11-5 Rebels on the station on main scoreboard. And we'll have a Crawford-Trough inbound play beneath the Patriots basket. Stacy had her inbound pass stolen. She didn't get above the inbound defender, but when she caught, okay. I'm not really sure what just happened, but it resulted with the Patriots getting the basketball and inbounding it. All right, moving on. Patriots gets the ball across the timeline. Poor pass, and it's taken away by McKee. McKee comes up with the steal, and now it's with Tingy across the timeline. She pulls up from the free throw line, knocks it home. Sage Tingy's having a strong first quarter. It's 13-5 Rebels. Timeout call with 1:54 to go in the T7 Propane first quarter. Rebels leading by 8.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Sage Stingy's got 5 first quarter points. As for Stacy, she's got 6. That's who is fueling this 13-point start for the Rebels in the first quarter. We'll get our main camera back and working, and we are back underway here. So, Rebels in the first quarter leading. 3-point shot up and no good for Providence Hall. Patriots have it, though, on the offensive rebound. It's with Berthard. On the near wing right now with Kinley Peterson. Hopkins dribbling to the top of the point, passes to Peterson on the near wing, who dribbles towards the block, picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Hopkins. She pulls up from the elbow, shots off target, rebound, who's got it, and another offensive rebound for Providence Hall. 3-point shot from the top of the arc, no good. Another offensive rebound for the Patriots. They're unable to keep it, though, as it's a loose ball scramble, and a kick ball is called on the Patriots. So we'll keep it with the Rebels. McKee inbounds it with a little over 1 minute to go in the first quarter. It's a 13-5 Rebel lead. Stacy passing to Tingy on the near wing. Down low to Lamborn. Pass was too tall for Brittany. Went out of play, and it's a turnover. Patriots basketball. Huntley inbounds it now to Kinley Peterson. Peterson dribbling towards the near wing, kicks it out to Hopkins further in the wing, and her pass up top to Huntley was nearly taken away by Stacy. Instead, Stacy gets more body than ball. It's a foul. That's going to be McKenna's second, team's fourth, and Stacy will check out for the next 53 seconds of the first quarter. Ambria Lutz comes into the game, or is a sharp shooter from deep. Patriots spreading it around the perimeter right now. Up top with Huntley. Now it's with Hopkins. Amy Hopkins dribbles towards the paint. Kicks it out. 3-point shot up and no good. Rebound by Lutz. Lutz across half court, dribbling on the right side of the court. And it's a foul on the Patriots as they bumped into Ambria from behind. That's going to be their third of the first half. Inbound pass coming up for McKee beneath the basket. Inbound pass nearly got away. Now it does. Patriots steal it, but on the floor. The timeout called? Yeah, so the inbound pass got away from McKee, from Lutz, who had to dive for it. Then the Patriots player dove for it. We'll keep it right here during this commercial break as it ultimately ended with Sage Tingy calling a timeout. And a good one, too, as she was on the floor and a little bit of a wiggle away from being assessed a travel. There's 27 and a half seconds to go in the first quarter. This Rebel defense has stifled the Patriots offense. They've held them to 5 points as the offense for Rich has gotten out to 13. Stacy, Tingy, and McKee doing the scoring for Rich so far. Sage Tingy had 5 first quarter points yesterday. Thought she might have a big night, but the Rebel bench would play most of the second half. So it's going to be a Rebel inbound play right now, right in front of our camera on the sideline. Lutz to inbound it. Goes to Mackenzie Smith in the corner. Smith taking a dribble, picking up her dribble, and going to McKee near the half-court line. 20 seconds and counting. McKee dribbling towards top of the arc, loses it, stolen away, ball going out of bounds, picked up and saved by Providence Hall. 10 seconds. Patriots get it across the timeline with Hopkins. They look in the corner. 7 seconds. 3-point shot. 5 seconds. No good. 3 seconds. Loose ball. Saved by the Rebels, and that will do it for the first quarter as the buzzer ends the first 8 minutes of basketball here in Providence Hall, with the Rebels leading 13-5 on the station on main scoreboard. We'll step aside, and when we return, it'll be time for the second quarter basketball between Rich and Providence Hall.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Speaking of Bear Lake Realty, starts the second quarter. Taylor McKee takes a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line after drawing some contact. First free throw up and short, no good. So it's going to be free throw number 2 coming up for Taylor. 13-5 Rebels to start the second quarter, and McKee goes 0 for 2 from the charity stripe, but the Patriots shoot themselves in the foot. They knock the ball out on the rebound attempt, so Rich will get another chance offensively. Oh, we have a referee right now disciplining a parent, it looks like, which has stopped the game. Here we go. Okay, that's over with. And it's going to be inbound play now for the Rebels beneath the Patriots basket. Ambria Lutz to inbound it. Lutz has her inbound pass taken away. And then she knocks it out of bounds, but that's twice now where Rich was inbounding it, and it's almost like there's a magnet on the defending inbounder player's hands who just sucks the ball right out of their hands into theirs. Patriots on offense now. They've got the top of the arc. Peterson passing to Huntley. She raises for 3. No good. Rebound, Cornea. Passing to McKee, dribbling across half court. McKee weaving through the defense a little bit and reverses course towards the center court logo and passes to Cornea at the top of the arc. Cornea with a quick bounce pass back to McKee at the top of the arc. She dribbles into the paint, dishes off to Cornea down low. What an excellent assist by Taylor McKee and a beautiful finish by JC. First basket of the second half goes to the Rebels. It's now 15-5 Rich. First points for JC. And a great pass and recognition by McKee. Whistle blew as the Patriots were working on offense beyond the three-point line, and it's going to be a foul on Rich. A little bit of a bump there. That is foul number 5 in the first half for the Rebels. And they're going to give the foul to, we'll wait and see. I think it's on J.C. Cornea. Nope, scratch that. It's on, now they're reversing course. Okay. It's on Brittany Lamborn. Yeah, that looks right. Rebels offense passing it out of bounds as it was tipped out of play, and it will stick with Rich. 6:48 to go in the second quarter. Our second quarters are always brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Lutz inbounding it to McKee at the top of the arc. McKee taking a couple dribbles inside the paint now, losing it, taken away by the Patriots. Casey Tuohy comes up with the ball, and she dribbles across half court. Looking to the far corner to Huntley. Huntley along the baseline, floater is short. And the Rebels come up with the loose basketball. Here's McKee dribbling across midcourt. Passing to Lutz on the near wing. 15-5 Rich. Under 6.5 to play in the first half. Ball's with Mackenzie Smith at the far wing. Now it's circulated and inside to Smith again. She goes up from the block, no good. Loose ball. Cornea is fighting for it, and I think we might have a jump ball. Yep, indeed we do. We get a Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. And the possession arrow is going Rich's direction, so the Rebels will inbound it, or is it going to be the Patriots basketball? Okay, so it's Patriots basketball. They will inbound it on their own baseline. Patriots making a trio of substitutions now. Rich keeping the same 5 to start the second quarter in the game. Stacy with 2 fouls. She's still on the bench right now with nearly 2 minutes played. She's been out for about 3-ish. It's on the near ring with Tui. Passed around the horn to Huntley, and now an inside shot off the glass, and it falls. And the Patriots pick up their first basket of the second quarter. It's 15-7 Rebels. McKee dribbling towards the elbow, then backing up, now passing to Lamborn. She drives in, shot's no good. Offensive rebound by Cornea, and a jump ball is called. This time it's sticking with Rich. 5:41 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. It's the Rebels leading 15-7. Tingy to inbound it for the Rebels, who just checked into the game for Lutz. And there's a bit of a discussion right now between the officials on the court and the scorekeepers off of it. Here we go. Tingy with an inbound pass here. Going to Smith on the far block. Smith picking up her dribble, going up top to McKee. She dribbles towards the free throw line, passes out to Lamborn for a perimeter shot. No good, and a save attempt will go to Mackenzie Smith, who puts it in from 5 feet out. 17-7 Rebels. They lead by 10. Both points, both baskets for the Rebels coming down low in the second quarter, as the Patriots miss a three-pointer on the other end, but they get the rebound. They've got it in the corner. Ball gets out of play, and it's going to go with Rich. Approaching the midway point of this second quarter, Rebels up by 10. McKee dribbling across half court for Rich. She goes to the near wing. Guarded closely. Pass inside is too high, and it's taken away by Providence Hall. Tui dribbling up. Passing off to Huntley from mid-range. Her shot's no good. Whistle blows, and a jump ball is called. So after no jump balls in the first quarter, we get 3 in the last 2.5 minutes. It's going to stick with the Patriots. Darlene Peterson will check in right now for Brittany Lamborn. Patriots inbound it to Tanahashi on the far wing. They hand it off to Tui. Tui dribbles in on the right side. Layup is off the glass, but no good. It's rebounded by Cornea. She gets it out to McKee. McKee passing to Smith, who launches a wing 3. She's got it to go. 27 Rebels thanks to a Smith three-point shot. Her 5th point of this quarter. Patriots moving it up top to Tanahashi. Now it's with Huntley, and now down low to Beathard. Her shot was no good. Too deep. Rebounded by Peterson. McKee dribbling across half court. Goes to Smith, who pump faked another wing 3 from the last spot. Jump ball called as she was tied up, wanting to pass it to Peterson on the far side. And the Rebels will benefit from the arrow in their direction. They'll hold on to the offensive possession here. 4:09 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rebels leading 27. Inbound pass goes to McKee at the top of the arc. She dribbles closer to the center court logo. Taking her time, getting demand from Coach Lundgren. McKee passing, going to Tingy on the far wing. Tingy dribbling towards the point, passing to McKee. She wanted to go inside the corner. Pass was tipped away, and the Patriots have it. They get across half court. Providence Hall pulls up from the baseline mid-range. Shot's no good. Offensive rebound nearly. Ball went out of play along the baseline. Last touch by a Rebel, they say, so it's going to stick with the home team. 3:40 to go in the first half. 13-point advantage for Rich on the station on main scoreboard. Inbound pass goes to Tanahashi in the corner. Now it's moved along the perimeter, and a pass slips to the fingertips of Berthard and gets out of play. Rebel basketball. Peterson inbounding it now to McKee. McKee across half court. Going to Cornea, now with Stacy. Now with Tingy, I beg your pardon. Here's McKee, a corner 3. It falls. Goes from the rim to the backboard to the bottom of the net. And the Rebels adding to their lead. It's now 23-7. Beyond the arc right now, the Patriots have it. They launch a three from the point. That's no good. Too deep. Rebound, loose ball. Who's got it? And the Patriots come away with it after a bit of a scrum. Tanahashi launches a three. That's no good. Whistle blew, though, during the shot. And it looks like there's a foul going against Rich. I think it was a shooting foul? Yeah, shooting foul indeed on Tanahashi, who appears to be in some discomfort. Hopefully she's okay. But she's at the charity stripe, and she'll shoot 3 free throws here as it was a deep ball. That is foul number 6 for the Rebels. Fouls on Darlene Peterson. That's her first. First free throw no good for Tanahashi. Kanako Tanahashi, a sophomore. Second free throw up and good. 23-8 still with a Rebel lead. They're up by 15. Substitutions being made by head coach Savannah Border of the Patriots, bringing in some more height with Casey Tui. Third and final free throw from Tanahashi falls. It's a 23-9 Rebel lead on the Station on Main scoreboard with under 3 to play in the first half. Cornea at the point. Overhead pass to McKee on the far wing. McKee taking a couple of dribbles, now going to Cornea. Taylor Cornea giving it back to McKee at the top of the arc. McKee reversing course, now passing to Taylor. And the Rebels passing it amongst the guards beyond the perimeter. Sage Chingy puts up a perimeter shot. That's no good. Ball will go out of bounds, and it's going to stick with the Patriots. And with that said, Coach Border calls time. With 2.5 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rebels leading 23-9.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Rebels leading 23-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 2.5 to play in the first half here in Providence Hall. And we're going to have an inbound pass for the Patriots on their half of the court. Inbound pass goes to Tanahashi. She dribbles across the timeline. Passes to Tui on the near wing. Tui looking down low. Tight quarters. Pass was received, though. Now it's kicked out to the wing. Dribbling in and losing it is Berthard. And now Tui puts up a corner three. That's too deep. Rebounded by Tingy. She hands it off to Taylor McKee. We got 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. We have not seen McKenna Stacy all quarter long. Rebels passing it outside the three-point line. McKee going to Cornea on the near wing. J.C. Cornea going to Taylor Cornea. Taylor dribbling towards the top of the arc. Now bounce passes it over to Taylor. Cornea pump fakes, dribbles in, floater from the free throw line. That's no good. Rebound by Providence Hall. Patriots get it out to Tanahashi. She dribbles across half court. Tanahashi giving it back to Tui on the far wing. And our scoreboard, our camera has froze. We'll get that fixed for you guys as the Patriots move the ball along the perimeter offensively. And they sink a basket. It is 23-11 now. Rebels have it with Cornea on the near wing. Cornea going to McKee at the top of the arc. Taylor taking a couple dribbles, passes to Taylor Cornea. Now down low to J.C. Cornea. Perimeter shot is no good. Rebounded by Peterson. Her shot was blocked on the way up. Ball gets out of play, and it's Patriots basketball. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. 23-11 lead for Rich. Rebels defending it on the other side right now as there's Sage Tingy forcing a Rich County government steal. Tingy dribbling across half court with 45 seconds to go. It's with McKee on the far wing. McKee Passes to Tay Lee on the near wing. Now it's moved over to Sage Tingey. Passing continued to happen outside the perimeter. 30 seconds. Tay Lee pulls up from the elbow. It's good. Good shot by Cornea. 25-11, Rebels leading. That's on the near wing right now with Amy Hopkins. 13 seconds. Patriots go inside. Cornea hacks and is charged with a foul. Jillian Hamilton was on her way up towards the rim, and behind her, Cornea got a piece of her arm, so a shooting foul. Will have 2 free throws coming up with 11 seconds to go in the first half. Jillian Hamilton, a junior, at the free throw line. She knocks down the first one. 25-12. And a substitution being made for Rich. Dixie Huffaker checking in for Peterson. Hamilton getting ready for her second free throw. It's up and no good. Off the rim, rebound Tingey. 10 seconds, Tingey across half court. 7 seconds, goes to Cornea on the near wing. Up top to McKee, 3 seconds now. Tingey near the buzzer, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Patriots, and the first half comes to an end. After 16 minutes of basketball here in Providence Hall, it's the Road Rebels leading the Patriots 25-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll get into our halftime coverage now. We'll talk about some of the stats and our first half highlights coming up. But for now, a 10-minute recess between these two sides, and we'll take a quick break of our own.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
We're at halftime here between Rich and Providence Hall, with the Rebels leading 25-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And what a good time for the camera to freeze during halftime. So let's talk about the first half of action now as we fix our camera for all of you guys watching at mylocalradio.com. If you're listening on 98.3 FM, just ignore that part. So 8 minutes to go in halftime. Let's talk about some of the first half stats right now. The Rebels in the first quarter were led by McKenna Stacy and Sage Tingey. Stacy had 6 points and Tingey had 5. Neither player would score in the second quarter. Taylor McKee had a wonderful three-point shot that took a couple bounces but eventually fell home. And J.C. Cornea with the basket, and then Mackenzie Smith, 5 points off the bench. So Rebels with 5 different scorers in the first half, and a lot of good looks elsewhere as well. Taylor Cornea actually had a basket herself. Now I am remembering myself. So Cornea, we have 6 different scorers, all 5 starters getting in the action when it comes to the score sheet. So those are some of our first half stats. If I had to guess for the shooting percentage from the field for both sides, I would say Providence Hall is shooting probably between 15 to 20%, maybe closer to 15, and the Rebels probably shooting closer to 40%. somewhere in that range. Rich definitely out-rebounding Providence Hall as well. No doubt about that one. We've got a little over 6.5 minutes to go in halftime here. It's a 25-12 Rebel lead. We'll take another quick break, and then when we return, we're going to have our Town of Randolph first half highlights. So that's coming up on the other side of this.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's halftime here at Providence Hall with the Rebels leading 25-12. Let's get into some of our first half highlights brought to you by the Town of Randolph. If you know me, you know I'm a sucker for two things, bench points and defense, and we got both of them. Mackenzie Smith off the bench, raising for 5 points in that first half. Defensively, Stacy with back-to-back possessions, I believe, forcing a turnover, a Rich County government steal, and then cashing it in for 4 points. So defense into offense right there, and other first half highlights we had was Taylor McKee in the corner. Beautiful three-point shot. I'll tell you what, when it comes to tournament time, if there's a situation where the Rebels need a big, deep shot to force overtime, to whatever it is, win the game, you can be confident with a number of players pulling up, including Taylor McKee. All right, so let's talk about that first half a little more as we get our camera fixed. I wish I knew why it was just being a mischievous camera recently, or the cords or whatnot, but we're going to get that situated for you guys. So, halftime here, and we got a little over 4 minutes to go until the third quarter gets underway. Something I want to talk about from the first half, and a trend I've noticed over the last 4 quarters of basketball for Rich. You go back to halftime last night against Tabiona for the girls, and the first half today was Coach Lundgren's willingness, or I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but his comfortability, we'll say, to go to the bench. I mean, we've seen McKenna Stacy sit the entire second quarter, and Rebels did not flinch. They were able to continue, going without a beat. They led by 8 at the end of the first quarter without Stacy in the second quarter. They pushed that 8-point lead to a 13-point lead. So the Rebels with Ambria Lutz, Darlene Peterson, Mackenzie Smith off the bench doing a great job so far. Got to give it to this depth this Rebel team has. Brittany Lamborn as well, should have mentioned her. So a lot of bench players getting involved in the last 4 quarters of basketball, going back to the second half against Tabiona and the first half here against Providence Hall. We've got a little under 3 minutes to go until the Epic Recreation third quarter. Quick reminder, the boys game will get going in about 45 minutes. They are at Westside today. Unfortunately, I have not invented or mastered the ability to time travel, so I will not be able to cover that game. But if you would like to listen to it, the broadcaster for the My Local radio station out of Preston, Idaho, will be covering the game in an audio-only broadcast. You can find that on mylocalradio.com. It could be under Rich Rebels. I asked for it to be under Rich Rebels. I don't know if it would be for sure. Or check out the Westside Pirates. It should be there if it's not under Rebels. Hopefully it's in one of those two places. But that will get going in about 45 minutes as the boys will look to snap back into form after their loss yesterday against the Tigers. A bit of an upset at home. 2 minutes to go here until the third quarter gets underway between Rich and the Providence Hall Patriots.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
We are ready to start the third quarter of basketball here as our camera goes out right on cue. We'll get that back and running. Patriots, meanwhile, on offense, have it in the corner, top of the arc. Pass nearly stolen away, and we're back and running. So here we go. We'll push to the third quarter. It's a 25-12 Rebel lead. And there's Stacy with the steal. First time we have seen her in 7 minutes of play. Stacy trapped near half court. Now she gets out to McKee on the far wing. McKee towards Taylor Corney, who drives in, pulls up from mid-range, no good. And a defensive rebound, and an aggressive one, too, by Kadiana Peterson. Patriots going inside with it, off a hand, gets out of play. And it looks like it's going to stick with the home team. 7:19 to go in the third quarter. Rebels up 13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Tanahashi inbounds it. They go inside right now. Hamilton's shot is no good. Rebounded by Cornea. Facilitates it out to Stacy, who weaves through the defense and hands it off to McKee on the far side. Taylor backpedaling. Bounce pass to Stacy on the far wing as well. Now up top with J.C. Cornea. Over to McKee at the point. Goes to Stacy on the wing. She lost it, but ball gets out of play. Last touch by a Patriot, so it will stick with Rich. 6:53 remaining in the third quarter. Stacy's inbound pass gets poked out of play, and we'll do it all over again. Another Crawford Trough inbound play coming up. Stacy has that inbound pass knocked out as well. So third time is the charm. Stacy with the ball in front of her bench, looking for someone to go to, and she's got McKee wide open. McKee goes to Cornea and back to Taylor at the top of the arc. Dribbles towards the point, and the ball is spread around to the corner to Taylor Cornea. Now McKee launches a three. That's off target. Ball gets out of play, and it's going to go with the Patriots. Six and a half to play in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Still scoreless for either side to begin this third frame. Patriots pulling up from the elbow. Shot was short. Rebound, who's got it? Taylor Cornea hauls it in. She gets it out to Stacy, cross the timeline. Stacy approaching the elbow, kicks it out to Cornea. Now it's down low with McKee on the wing. McKee dribbling up the yard, backpedaling towards center court, and picking up her dribble to pass to Taylor Cornea. Back to McKee on the far wing. TJ going over Taylor to JC Cornea on the near wing. Now it's with Taylor. Two Corneas passing to each other with under 6 to play in the third quarter. Cornea elevates from the elbow, shots off the glass and falls. Banks it home. 27-12 to start the third quarter. First basket for either side. And it's Taylor Cornea picking up her 4th points. Shot from the Patriots was no good. Second chance opportunity short. Hamilton fighting for the rebound. It's Tingy who comes away with it and flips it over to McKee, who dribbles across half court. Taylor attacking the paint on the right side. Went up, lost the ball, went out of play. And it's going to go with Providence Hall. Substitutions being made by the Patriots. Coach Savannah Border is no stranger to getting all of her players in the mix. She likes to approach it more like a hockey game. Short reps, and when you're out there, full energy. Patriots moving into the corner. 3-point shot on the way from Berthard. That's off the rim, rebounded by Stacy. She's going the other way, one-on-one. Stacy elevating, going up, shot, no good, loose ball. JC Cornea comes up with the rebound. Goes to Taylor Cornea, perimeter shot, that's no good. And the rebound is pulled in by the Patriots. Hopkins lost it, stolen away by Stacy. Stacy moving towards the 3-point line, pulls up for 3. She's got it, nothing but net. 30-12 Rebels. Stacy with 9 points in the game now. On the other end, it's Huntley trying to dribble out of traffic. She gets it out to Hopkins. Hopkins on the baseline, whistle blew as she went down to the floor, and it's going to be a foul on Rich. That'll be their first of the half, and let's see if it's on Stacy or McKee. 4:34 to go in the third quarter. The foul's on Taylor McKee. That's her first, though. Patriots to inbound it beneath the Rebel basket. Inbound pass goes for a 3-point shot from the perimeter. No good by Alton. And it's rebounded by McKenna. Stacy dribbling across the timeline in the middle. Looking down low to Tingy at the block. Travel. I think Tingy wanted to take a couple of dribbles with it. Feet moved before the ball hit the ground. And the referees make the travel motion. 4:22 to go in the third quarter. It's a 30-12 lead for Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard. Huntley dribbling towards the free throw line, passing it off to Tui. She pulls up from 16 feet. That's no good. And an offensive rebound will give the Patriots another chance as they move the ball back inside. Stolen away by Sage. Tingy hands it off to Stacy. Rebels pushing it down the court. Passing off to McKee on the far wing. Up top to JC Cornea. On the near wing right now with Stacy. She dribbles up the arc towards the free throw line. Goes to McKee on the far wing. McKee passing to Taylor Cornea. Pump fake from 3-point range. And a travel as the feet moved before the ball did. So back-to-back travels for Rich on their last 2 possessions, but with an 18-point lead, they can afford it. Brittany Lamborn checking in now for Taylor Cornea. First substitution we've seen for Rich in this third quarter. Patriots have it on the far wing. And stolen away now by Stacy. Whistle blew, and they're going to get her with a foul, it looks like. Yeah, so that's going to be on McKenna. And that's her third, team's second. And let's see how long Stacy will stay in for now. And, we had a substitution trying to be made as the ball was being inbounded. So it's Ambria Lutz coming in for Stacy, who's got those 3 fouls. She picked up 2 in the first quarter, didn't play at all in the second, and over halfway through the third gets her 3rd foul. Tui, corner pass cross court, taken away by Ambria Lutz. Lutz with the steal, dribbling up the court, pulls up from the three-point line, and then she turns it over. But then Sage Tingy forces a steal. So back-to-back steals for the two teams, and right now it's the Rebels offense with it. McKee has it in the center court logo. And it looks like Coach Lundgren calls time. With 3:06 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter, Rebels leading 30-12.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
30-12 lead for Rich as we are over halfway through the third quarter of action from Providence Hall High. I'm Matthew Peterson. You're listening to Rebel Radio at 98.3 FM K80Q. And the Rebels so far in this third quarter have held the Patriots to a whopping 0 points. Patriots stuck at that 12 mark since the start of this frame, and Rebels offense hasn't done too much either. We had a McKenna Stacy three-point shot and a Taylor Cornea basket down low, and that's been it so far for either side. Rebels will have the ball here after the timeout is over with an inbound pass on the near sideline. It's Sage Tingey with the Crawford Trough inbound play. Tingey looking for someone to go to. She finds McKee at the point. McKee taking a couple dribbles, going towards her right now, reversing to her left, down the left-hand side, kicks out to Lutz, who dribbles into the paint, up to Cornea from the free throw line. Her 15-foot shot is good. 32-12 Rebels. Up by 20 here on the road. Patriots have it at the elbow right now. Huntley passing it to Peterson. Peterson in a jam, finding it down low to Reynolds. Reynolds turns it over, and it's with Ambria Lutz, who draws contact as she was making her way up the court with traffic all around her. A foul on the Patriots, their first of the half, with 2.5 remaining in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Lutz to inbound it. Inbound pass goes to McKee. She brings it across the timeline, uses a screen, now dribbles in on the left side, layup no good, defensive rebound, and Patriots turn it over. McKee comes up with it with a steal. And McKee will dribble her way out of traffic and slow it down and start the offense all over again. Lamborn hands it off to McKee on the baseline now. McKee stuck in the corner with two defenders around her, gets it out to Tingey out on the wing. Up with Lutz now at the top of the arc. Lutz dribbling inside the arc, looks down low to Cornea, her shot, that's Smith. Smith's shot's no good, lose it, and the Patriots come away with it. Dribbling up the court is Bethard. Patriots looking down low right now at the baseline, going up, and too far beneath the basket was Reynolds to get any separation. Shot no good, and under 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. 32-12 lead for Rich. Lamborn, free throw line extended, picking up her dribble and passing it to Lutz. Lutz had her pass to Tingey, stolen away. It's a breakaway now. Going the opposite direction is Peterson. Layup falls. First points of the third quarter come with a minute to go for the Providence Hall Patriots. It's 32-14. Rebels' shot was no good, rebounded by the Patriots, and here they come with Peterson on the near wing. Looking down low to the block to Katie Anna Peterson, who is going to be shooting two after she drew some contact. Shot was no good, but a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. That foul was on Mackenzie Smith, her second, team's third. At the charity stripe is Katie Anna Peterson. Coach Porter told me goes by KD. She misses her first free throw. The senior, one of 4 seniors on this team. Dixie Huffaker checking into the game for Tingy now. We saw a little bit of Dixie midway through the second quarter. You talk to some of the players on this team, they'll tell you Dixie Huffaker is one of the funniest players on the bus, and Rebels will look for some laughs and enjoyment at the end of this as they have a two-hour bus ride home. Second free throw, no good. Both sides fighting for it. Ball went out of play. It's going to stick with Providence Hall. Patriots to inbound it beneath the Rebel basket. Berther to inbound. Inbound pass goes to Peterson on the wing. She goes to Huntley up top, and dribbling towards the top of the key was Berther. Back with Peterson, poked away by Smith. She slapped it out of her hands and forced a steal. 35 seconds and counting to go in the third quarter. Lutz across half court. Dribbling away from pressure, passing to Huffaker on the far wing. Under 25 seconds. Huffaker in the corner, looking to McKee at the block. McKee kicks it back out to Huffaker. 15 seconds. Up top to Smith. Smith taking a few dribbles, entering the zone. 12 seconds, ball went out of play. As she was trying to pass it, got tipped. It's going to stick with the Rebels with 9.9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lamborn to inbound it. Inbound goes to Smith. Smith looking down low to Lamborn. 5 seconds, shot up off the glass and good. 2 seconds, 1 second. Half-court shot not off in time, and the Rebels will go into the fourth quarter with a 34-14 lead after 3 quarters of play here in Providence Hall.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
34-14 as we enter the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. It's the Rebels on the road leading the Patriots. It's at the top of the arc with Stacy. She moves her way inside the paint, kicks it out to Lutz on the wing. At the free throw line, Huffaker passing it off to Lutz. Ambria going to Stacy at the near wing. She takes a couple dribbles, head towards the baseline, picks up her dribble, whistle blew. And it's going to be a foul, a 3-second violation on Rich. 7:41 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 34-14 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Patriots have it on the near wing right now. Dribbling her way towards the baseline is Berther. Down low to Hamilton. She uses the window to knock it in. 34-16 Rich. First basket of the fourth quarter. Whistle blew as the Rebels were forcing the issue down, and Stacy, I think, took a hand to the face or something like that, but she appears to be okay, so that's good. Stacy to inbound it in front of her own bench. This is the first time that the first basket of the quarter was scored by the home team. Smith dribbling along the baseline, had it stolen away by Hamilton. Ball went out of play after a couple of fingertips got to it, and the last one to be was the Rich Rebels. 7-11, it's always a nice time. 7-11 and counting to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Patriots passing it down low, and that's Peterson who went to the floor, and a whistle blew as she was trying to corral the loose ball. And it's going to be a foul on Rich. That's the team's fourth of the second half. Inbound pass, fouls on Brittany Lamborn. Inbound pass goes to Tui on the far wing. Tui pulling up for 12 feet out, no good. Ball is about to go out of play, and it was last touched by a Patriot as Berthard had her foot on the line when she picked it up, so Rebel basketball. Huffaker to inbound it, goes to McKenna. Stacy across the timeline. Goes to Huffaker at the elbow. Back to Stacy on the far wing. Pump fakes a three. Makes her way out. Now cross-court pass to Smith, who looks down low to Huffaker. Pass was tipped. Ultimately, Stacy comes away with the basketball and dribbles beyond the arc. Stacy passing to Huffaker on the far wing. Dixie going to Lamborn at the top of the arc. She gives it over to Stacy on the near wing. Stacy dribbling up the arc. Going towards the elbow. Dishing it out to Lutz, who pump fakes. And now goes back to McKenna, inside to Lamborn, off the window, it falls. Good pass, great finish between Stacy and Lamborn. It's 36-16, Rich leading. Lamborn with 4 points now, all coming in this fourth quarter. And over than back called, a bit of a mental error by Providence Hall. So we're going to have the Rebels inbound it at half court. A little under 6 to go. Inbound pass goes to Stacy. McKenna passing to Lamborn at the top of the key. She wanted to go down low. Pass was taken away. Comes up with it was Tui. And she looks up court to Berthard. Passing back to Tui and another over and back. So the Patriots a couple times have made these risky passes where the ball carrier gets across half court and then passes it to a trailing player who is borderline still behind half court line. And if you've got a foot behind or a toe, that's over and back. Meanwhile, the Rebels just passed it out of bounds, so a pair of turnovers for both sides nullifies the error by Providence Hall. 5.5 to play in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rebels leading by 20. Right now it's up top with Peterson. She goes to Tui on the far wing, gives it back to Peterson, dribbles on the left side, whistle, foul. Foul's going to be on Rich, and I think it might be on Stacy, which would be her fourth. It's team number 5. Taylor Cornea and Taylor McKee are checking in right now for Lamborn and Lutz, and that is foul number 4 on Stacy. Inbound pass goes to Tui beyond the arc. Tui, overhead pass to Peterson. She makes her way towards the paint. Floaters too deep. Rebound Hamilton. Second chance, no good. Whistle. And 2 free throws coming up for Jillian Hamilton and the Patriots. 5:14 remaining in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. We've got Hamilton at the charity stripe for some Bear Lake Realty free throws. Hamilton's first free throw up and no good. So for the Rebels, this is the kind of game where they're going to be very content with their defense. If they can hold on for the next 5 minutes in a 20-point lead. Maddie Weston just checked in, by the way, for Stacy. Second free throw for Hamilton by Hamilton's good. 36-17. Smith trying to get across half court, facing a full court press. Passing to McKee, who now gets across the timeline. Taylor kicking out to Taylor Cornea on the wing. Goes to Smith. She launches a three. No good. Rebound is batted out, and it is going to be saved by McKee as it went across half court, but the Rebels had not reestablished possession, so no over and back. McKee at the top of the arc. Passing to Cornea on the far wing. Giving it back to McKee, going down the left side, passing to Weston on the baseline. She moves it up top to Taylor. Cornea taking a dribble, then going to Smith in the corner. McKenzie getting out of traffic and passing to Cornea up top. 4.5 to play in the game. Rebels moving it along the perimeter. It's with McKee right now. She dribbles up the arc. McKee giving it over to Cornea. Cornea standing in the center court logo, giving it back to TJ. Taylor McKee in some trouble, trying to dribble away from it, and this ball standing about 10 feet beyond the three-point line as Cornea gives it back to McKee. Right now it's a two-person game between McKee and Cornea. Cornea looking to Weston on the baseline. Maddie giving it back to Cornea beyond the arc. She goes down low to Peterson, who has her shot blocked. Good idea by Taylor Cornea. Threaded the needle. Beautiful pass to Darlene Peterson, who wasted no time going up with it, but a trailing defender blocked it out of play. With that whistle, Taylor Cornea checks out for Cassidy Grohl. So Rich with just one starter in the game right now. That's Taylor McKee. Under 4 to play in the fourth quarter. And more substitutions being made now by the Patriots. And they've been running a variety of players all night long. I mean, every time there's a whistle, it seems like they're bringing someone else off and someone on. Inbound pass goes to McKee. She looks to Peterson at the block. In some trouble, kicks it out to McKee. Taylor beyond the arc, dribbling towards the point, now passing to Smith at the top of the key. McKenzie giving it back to Taylor. McKee dribbling inside the paint. Got bumped down, went to the floor, whistle, and a foul. So we're going to have an inbound play as that is foul number 3 for the home team. Fouls on Amy Hopkins, her 4th. Inbound pass goes to Smith. She gives it to Weston at the top of the arc with Peterson and played across to McKee. McKee trying to dodge her defender, makes her way into the paint, ditches it off to Peterson, puts it off the glass, no good. There's Cassidy Grohl for the offensive rebound, who gets it back out to McKee beyond the arc. Taylor entering the right side, once again going to Peterson, shot no good, whistle, and a foul. Darlene Peterson fouled on her first shot attempt, got her own miss, but a whistle had already blown. So 2 free throws coming up for number 30. Peterson, a sophomore, provides a lot of height for this Rebel team off the bench as she leaves the first free throw short. 3:11 to play in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. It's 36-19 on the Station on Main scoreboard in favor of the Rebels. Second free throw, perfect from Peterson. 37-17. And Peterson gets her first point of the day. Patriots have the top of the arc now with Mia Den. Huntley looking at the block. Peterson off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Rich's Darlene Peterson. We have 3 different Petersons on the court as Weston races up from the elbow, no good. Shot was just off target, and both teams scrambled for the rebound and a foul committed during such, and it's going to be Peterson to the free throw line. I didn't think it was a shooting foul, and they're not in the bonus, but 2 free throws coming up, so it has to be, as Peterson shoots the first one off the front iron. So as I was saying, though, we've got Darlene Peterson for the Rebels. Then you look at the Patriots. They've got Kinley Peterson and Katie Anna Peterson. As Darlene Peterson makes her second free throw, splits them again. It's 38-17 Rich with under 2.5 to play in the game. 3-point shot put up by Patriots, no good. Rebounded by Weston, who's tied up. And a jump ball. A Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. Arrow is going the Patriots' way. We have not had any T7 propane three-pointers in the second half for Rich, I don't think. In the fourth quarter, we had 1 3-pointer in the second half by Stacy. Patriots going down low, putting in off the window, it falls. Second basket of the fourth quarter, or they had a free throw, so third point of the fourth quarter, I should say, for the Patriots. It's 38-19 Rebels. Here's McKee with it on the far wing, well beyond the 3-point line and content with running clock as there is less than 2 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Hattie Cornea is in the game now as Rich has 4 bench players in. Whistle blows and a turnover by the Rebels. It's going to go with the Patriots. And with that being said, Coach Porter calls time. 1:47 to go in the fourth. Rebels leading 38-21.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Rich High girls basketball is leading the Providence Patriots 38-19 here in Southwest Salt Lake City area. I'm Matthew Peterson. Thrilled to have you alongside me for what's been a great game for the Rebels, start to finish, and much needed. After the Rebels lost on Thursday in Cokeville, they rebounded very well. Got to give a lot of credit to both the players and Coach Lundgren and his staff for coming out and just being excellent, flat out excellent for 8 straight quarters so far. Patriots working on offense. Dribbling along the baseline is Den. A foul, she went towards the hoop, and 2 free throws coming up for Mia, the sophomore. There's 1:34 remaining in the game. Make sure you stick around after the game. We're going to have our post-game show. We'll talk about this one, break it down for you, go over some of the highlights. As Den knocks in the first free throw. It is 38-20. After Den goes 1 for 1 from the free throw line. McKee has it on the far wing. McKee looks to Peterson at the block. And we're going to have free throws coming up. I just had a hostage situation. There's a small child who looked at me and was about to unplug my extension cord. And I did my best to wave him not to, and they ultimately left it plugged in for me. That was very nice. But a scary moment or we would have been shut down. All right, here's Peterson taking the inbound pass in the paint. And a foul called with 1:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. So Darlene Peterson back to the free throw line. This is her 3rd trip to the Bear Lake Realty free. No, scratch that. They're going to say it was not a foul on the not a shooting foul on the floor. So an inbound pass, a Crawford-Trough inbound play as McKee goes to Peterson at the block. Darlene elevates, shots no good. Rebound, Peterson gets her own miss, that's no good. And then there's McKee picking up the loose ball. Taylor dribbling towards the top of the key, backpedaling, and now entering the zone, cutting through the paint. Ran into a lot of contact, lost it. Peterson wrestled for the loose ball, and a great jump ball called. Talk about hustle. Peterson sees her teammate McKee take a bit of a bump. Ball comes loose, and Darlene's all over it. Under a minute to play, Rebels leading 38-20. At the free throw line, Den dribbles in towards the block, shots no good. Rebound, Taylor. McKee dribbling through some traffic, loses it, picked up by Weston. She goes to Hattie Cornea, who puts it in from the block, no good. And it's rebounded by the Patriots with a little over 30 seconds to play. Patriots getting across the timeline. Long shot, no good. Loose ball, offensive rebound. Second chance by Peterson, no, but a foul and free throws. I realized our camera has froze. We'll get that fixed. So free throws coming up now for the Patriots. On a one-on-one, no good. Rebounded by Weston. 20 seconds of counting. McKee across the timeline. 15 seconds. Taylor entering and exiting the zone. And she'll continue to dribble around the perimeter as she is fouled now. And that is foul number 7 for the home team. So free throws coming up for TJ, who takes a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. The Rebels with a win will improve to 7-7 as McKee knocks in the first free throw. 39-20. First points for McKee in the second half. She knocks down both of them. 20-point lead for the Rebels. It's 40-20. Patriots putting a shot up near the buzzer. No good. Ball went out of play, and it's going to go with Rich with 5.5 to go. Cassidy Grohl to inbound it for the Rebels. They're facing a full court press. 5.4 ticks. Inbound pass goes to McKee. She holds on, and a jump ball is going to be called. That was Jill Garcia getting in, trying to force a jump ball. Indeed, she does. With 2.6 seconds, the Rebels will inbound it again. Grohl going to McKee. She couldn't handle it. Garcia at the buzzer. Corner 3. Too deep. No good, and that's the ball game. Rebels come to Providence Hall and knock off the Patriots by 20. 40-20, your final. Rebels improve to 7-7 on the season, while the Patriots fall to 4-14. We're going to have our post-game coverage coming up now. We'll break down this game and more, so don't go anywhere. More Rebel basketball coverage coming your way. Rich defeating the Patriots.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome into our post-game coverage of this one now, and let's check out some of our post-game highlights here. We'll start things off with our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. So, Rebels started with the first basket of the day, and they would never look back. After scoring the first points, they would hold on to the lead for the entire game. They closed out the first quarter leading by 8, and then in the second quarter, much of the same, as they dragged that lead out to a 13-point advantage, 25-12 for Rich after 2 quarters of play. In the third quarter, not much offense as both teams stalled a little bit. Patriots only scored 2 points in the third quarter, while the Rebels were helped up to a couple of baskets by Stacy, Taylor Cornea, and J.C. Cornea. In the fourth quarter, Coach Lundgren played primarily the bench, and the bench did a great job of holding on to the lead and even building onto it, as Rich would go on to win by 20, 40-20, your final. That is our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Go visit Jimmy John's in Evanston today, where fresh and delicious meat. How about our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game now? Precision Play of the Game. Let's go to, looking around my stats sheet here, the Rebels, I want to mention, were very balanced today in their scoring. Looking at the number of scorers, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players who scored. But our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, we're going to go to, how about, scratching my head here, Mackenzie Smith off the bench. I love when bench players are able to do this, but off the bench, just raised up with the defender in her face, by the way, from beyond the arc and just buried the three. Beautiful shot. So that right there is our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. That is Precision Family Dental Care at reasonable rates. Caring comprehensive dental care. Call 307-789-8910 to schedule your appointment today. We'll step aside for a quick break here in the halftime coverage of the Rebels' 40-20 victory in Providence Hall.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
40-20 victory for the Rebels on the road against the Providence Hall Patriots. Let's get to the rest of our post-game coverage of this one with our Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game. Shot of the game, we're going to go look around here. And what about trying to think of some of the beautiful plays we saw? There was a lot of great passing, you know, and I'm going to save that for our play of the game. But shot of the game, how about back in that first quarter, McKenna Stacy going off for 6 points in the first quarter to lead all scorers. She would finish with 9 points. That would be a game high for both teams. So have your pick of the litter for shot of the game when it comes to Stacy. Had a nice three-pointer at the beginning of the third after sitting the entirety of the second quarter. And Stacy did not look rusty whatsoever after getting a bit of a rest and some of the bench players picking up some more valuable minutes. Play of the game, we had a beautiful assist from Taylor McKee down low to J.C. Cornea, and that right there has got to be our Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealership play of the game. Now time for the LSR refrigerated game adjustment. You know my favorite adjustment is? When you walk into the chiropractor or anywhere and they go, nope, you're perfect. And that's what happened. Rebels from start to finish didn't need much of a change. They played their basketball. And Rich Rebel basketball today was dominant, so no adjustment needed. I'm pretty sure Coach Lundgren, well, he likes to be hands-on with the players when it comes to timeouts and giving out instructions. He could have taken a back seat here and just kept his mask on all day and not had to get out many commands. His team was dominant. Great leadership shown by the Rebels today. So that is our LSR refrigerated game adjustment. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wish the Rebels good luck. Before we step aside and sign off for our broadcast here, let's check out the calendar on what's going on up ahead for the Rebels. So, next Thursday, February 11th, Rich High girls basketball freshmen will take on Star Valley in Randolph, as will the Rich High boys freshman basketball team. So the Star Valley Braves will come face off against the freshman teams next Thursday, February 11th. On Friday, February 12th, Rich High Wrestling. They're at their state meet down at the Sevier Valley Center. So big finger crossed and best of luck given out to all the wrestlers. We're going to talk about that more on the Rebel Yell. That's my weekly radio show, which airs every Thursday on 99.1 FM at 10:30, and then the re-air on 98.3 on 4:30 on Thursdays, or you can catch it on demand, posted on mylocalradio.com. But also next Friday, February 12th, Rich High girls basketball is going to travel to Duchesne, while the boys will be home against Mount Vernon. As of now, it looks like I'll be traveling to Duchesne. I want to cover that game because that's a big matchup for both teams. But with the girls being on such a big break, I've missed them. I've missed seeing them on the court, so I'll be traveling to Duchesne to watch that matchup and cover the girls against the Eagles. Well, folks, for my producer, Michael Wilkerson, my camera operator, Hayden McKee, I'm Matthew Peterson. Signing off, Rebels taking down the Providence All-Patriots 40-20 to improve to 7-7 on the season.
You've been tuned into Rich High School Rebel Basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ-FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, The Come On Inn in Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.